Conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Cloudpandith trainings team. In today's session, we are going to talk about incremental load using file-based watermark, meaning watermark value we are going to store it in a JSON file instead of the table. So in this video, we will learn incremental load with watermark value in JSON file. The tool I am using is Azure Data Factory. Source is Azure SQL Database. Target is Data Lake Storage Gen 2. So first let's understand why file-based watermarking is required. So first thing, remember, in file-based watermarking, the watermark is stored completely outside the source database stream, meaning we are reducing the dependency on the source database. This means we do not need to create a table, manage schema, or handle database permission just to track the progress. Next, because it does not depending on the database availability, the pipeline remains loosely coupled and easier to operate. Overall, managing a simple file in storage makes this approach clean and straightforward. Remember, this approach is preferred when we want minimal database dependency rather than additional database control table. Now, if you see how we can able to achieve this, right? Watermark example. Step one is I am going to store my last processed value, that is 1900 and this is my source data. Step two is I'm going to get a max last modified date from this source table, that is going to be 2017-09-05, which is nothing but this is a max type. Step three is going to be I'm going to form a source query to bring the data between the previous watermark and the current watermark. So between this, if you look at what records are there, these 5 records are there. I'll be fetching these 5 records, copying to data lake. After that, latest watermark I'll be updating in my I'll be updating in my JSON file. Okay, so these are the total 4 steps. If you look at here you can see same 4 steps I'm going to explain here. First, lookup one, which reads the existing watermark value from the JSON file. This tells us up to which point data was processed in the previous run. Next, lookup two, it reads the maximum watermark value from the source system based on the current data available. Then we have a copy activity which loads only the incremental data, that is records between the old watermark from lookup 1 and new maximum value from the lookup 2. Finally, another copy activity which updates the watermark JSON file using the output from lookup 2. So the next pipeline run starts from the latest processed value. Now, for hands-on, we need Azure SQL database, we need a data lake storage Gen 2, we need Azure Data Factory. So we are going to use, like once we create these 3 services, I'm going to create a source table on my source SQL database. Then I'm going to upload my JSON file in the data lake storage Gen 2. So for this particular demo purpose, I already created all the required services. If you see my source database, data factory, data lake. First, I'm going into my source database. I'll click on query editor. So click OK. Here I am going to create my source table. If you see here, I have my source table DDL and insert scripts. I'm going to share this in the description. You can take these 3 things. So source side I created my source table, done. Now come to the ADLS. Target side, go to containers. So I'm going to create a container called global team here. Inside global, now I'm going to create a 2 paths, one for configurations, one for storing my incremental data, dev/configs for storing my configuration details. Next one is dev/bronze/customer to store my incremental customer data in the target table. Now if you go inside dev, so config, I'm going to upload 2 files. Let me show you what are those 2 files, why we need. Last load.json, which has a 1900 which is a default date whenever you are performing an incremental load on a date columns. So the default date for day 1 is going to be this. And empty.json we need because copy activity we are going to use to update current max value from the lookup to this last load.json. In order to do that, copy activity source side, it should not be empty, right? So we need to create some JSON file so that copy activity which is updating the this watermark value will read this empty file, and in the additional columns it takes a max value and update the last load.json. I'll show you that if you are not clear on that, but I'm going to upload these two files in configs folder. Browse for files. Now I'm going to upload this file and this file here. Now you know what is there in these two files, right? So let's that's it you need to do here. Let's go to Data Factory, go to resource, launch studio. Now, as you know, we need to create a two linked services, one for source, one for target. Let me click on new. So SQL database, ls for SQL DB. Subscription is this. Server name is going to be source. Where is that? Yeah, source dev server. Database is going to be source dev DB. My username is this, password is this, click test connection, create it. Click on new. Let's create a data lake storage gen 2 linked service, ls for ADLS gen 2. Subscription is this, storage account name is YouTube ADLS. Click create. We don't require any testing connection, test connection not required. Now for data sets, I'm going to create two data sets. One is for SQL database. SQL database data set is going to be the generic one where we are going to fire all queries. We are not going to hard code any table here. That's why I marked this data set name is generic. Click OK. After that, I'm going to create a data set for ADLS Gen 2, which is going to be parameterized JSON file, and I'm going to parameterize ds for ADLS Gen 2, which is a JSON one. This is a linked service. So I want to parameterize. Click OK. Create two parameters. DS parameters for uh, uh, path. DS param for file name. You can give the actual path here, meaning containers, subfolders and all. File name you need to select here. It's time to create a pipeline. Let's click on new pipeline. Lookup one. So I'm going to use the lookup one to read the last processed value from the last load.json file from data lake storage. So last load.json file is available in global/dev/config folder. It gets me last watermark value. Next, I am going to bring another lookup activity which gets a max last modified date from the source table. That is going to be my latest watermark value, current watermark value. For that, I have already created the queries here. So let me get that query here. You can see select max of last modified date from my source order. This is going to be the current watermark value. So you have a previous watermark, you have a current watermark. Now it's time to get a copy activity. What copy activity is going to do? Copy activity is going to read source records incrementally between last watermark and current watermark. Let's go to source data. I need to read it from database. Click query. The query is going to get, so I also created a query. This is going to be your query team. What it does, from source table where last modified greater than the last watermark and less than or equal to current watermark. So it is going to give us incremental records. These incremental records I'm going to copy into ADLS Gen 2. Where I am going to copy, I have created a path, right? dev/bronze/customer. But under customer, I want to create a file. The file is going to be dynamic, right? So the file is going to create dynamic. How it is going to work is customer underscore For example, it is current year 2026, January 31st. Hour, I think in UTC it is going to be something 13 hours, some minutes and some seconds dot JSON file. It is going to create at the target site. Once we fetch the incremental data between last watermark and current watermark and copy into ADLS, next again bring another copy activity which reads empty JSON. Empty JSON means actually we are not reading any data from this particular source data set. This empty.json file is available under global/dev/config file. It is not getting me any data, right? But what data I'm going to read from source is it is going to be this last processed value. This last processed value column will get a current watermark value. I will assign current watermark value. How you will assign? Lookup to dot output dot first dot latest watermark. Latest watermark. So if you say this current watermark value, you are assigning to this column. As this file is not having any data, only this column data will pass it to the target. Where you need to pass this? Which file you need to update? Last load.json file. Last load.json file you need to update, which is available under global/dev/config. Here you have last load.json file. Time to run the pipeline team. Let's debug this. We can see here lookup one is basically reading the last processed value, which is nothing but default value. And lookup 2 is fetching 2026 January 3rd. This is current watermark. Now copy activity is forming a query to fetch the incremental records between the last watermark and the current watermark. If you see copy activity, how many records it read? 3 records it read, 3 records it is written into the target. After that, we are having a next copy activity which is going to take only additional column which we added, because source side we are not having any data, empty JSON file. So only this column it is going to read, and it is going to write it into the last load.json. It is writing means it is overwriting the 1900 to 2026 January 3rd. If you just refresh it, so it is already updated. If you go to your target table customer folder first, you can see here we have a file with the year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds. You can click on this file to see the data that you have here. You have 3 records. If you go back, if you go to config, if you look at last load.json file, last load.json file got updated to 2026-0103 instead of 1900-0101. Now I am going to perform a second run. Click debug. Now we can see lookup one is succeeded, but if you see this is bringing 2026 January 3rd is our last processed value. Current watermark is going to be lookup 2 is bringing, which is 2026 January 3rd. Both previous watermark, current watermark, both are same. Meaning if copy activity queried between these two dates, we are not going to get any data because there is no new data. Now we can click on this details tab team. We can see how many records it is copying. See, 0 records read, 0 records it is read, because we don't have any new incremental data. But if you look at copy activity 2, which is taking again last first value is same date. And if you look at yeah, so I think it is just updating. Let's wait. Now we can click on the copy data 2, which tells that one record read, one record reading, one record is written, right? Where it will write that record in last load.json. Here it will update, but with the same date it is going to update, right? With same date. Now I am going to show you for the last run. I am going to add a one record, that is nothing but a for Malaya record on the source side, which is basically new incremental record I am inserting. After that, I am going to rerun the pipeline once again, debug this. Yeah, now if you see team, lookup 2 is reading a current watermark value, that is January 4th. but lookup one is reading previous watermark. If you see, this is giving the January 3rd. So there is a 1 day difference. Let's see, is there any data which arrived between these two watermarks, previous watermark and the current watermark. As you know, we have one record. Let's see that one record is copied into data lake or not. Now, if you click on these details, we can see one row read, one row written into the target team. So same can be, you can verify that particular data in the branch customer. You can see this came in our first run, 728, 731 is second run, 734 is our third run. So 731, if you see second run, we have not copied any data. That's why it is going to be empty file. If you see the third run, where we copied one record, if you see the one record is copied, that is the latest record. After that, you can also look at your config last load.json, whether it is updated from 0 like 0 1 January 3rd, right? But if you look at your pipeline, whether it is succeeded or not, copy activity 2 is still queued. Once this copy activity is successful, you can also see last load.json is going to be updated. Let's wait and see. Now it is in progress team. Very soon it is going to be successful. As it is succeeded, if you come to here and refresh it, you can see it got updated to January 4th. So this is how you can able to do the incremental load using the JSON file. Okay, by storing the watermark value in the JSON file team. So in the next session, we will see, let's create our first pipeline to ingest data from the REST API team. So now I'm going to show you the 5 MCQs. Please attempt and get 4 out of 5. If you get 4 out of 5, you can go and watch next session. Otherwise, rewatch the same session team. Pause the video and answer all these 5 questions team. So finally, I'm putting a lot of effort. Please like, share, and subscribe. Along with that, you can join our WhatsApp and Telegram group where I'm sharing our like free documentation and other credentials for your practice with a 1 day limit.